Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make your own unblocked games website using GitHub. So, let's cut straight to it. So first you're going to create a new folder. You can name this anything. I'm just going to name it because why not? And you're going to download Visual Studio Code. You could actually use anything, but Visual Studio Code makes it really easier to navigate. So this is my other unblocked games website, so you know all this stuff. And you're going to go File, Open Folder, and the folder you just made. Bam. Now you have your folder. Now what we're going to do is actually, first, click Extensions and download Live Server. This is going to, we're going to create an index.html file. Now I have an index file. And we're going to type doc type. Well, if it auto does it for me, because I'm not that great at doing that yet. I'm just going to remove document here. And we're going to create a title. If you just type in and it just automatically puts it there, you just hit enter. And you do tab to like space it out if you want it to look a little more quote unquote fancy. So what you're going to do is you're going to put these quotes, and in between these you're going to put like whatever your like website name is. So I'm just going to do poop website. And now, after that, you're going to go to body, or whatever you have it here, and we're going to create a new folder. Now, this is for HTML5 games, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So, for example, we're going to download the HDFNAF, or FNAF, file. So we're going to click here, and we're going to click Games. And we're going to do that, click that, and I already downloaded this, so you're going to extract whatever game you have. Now that you have whatever you have downloaded, you're going to go here, and I didn't finish the extraction because it would rack up my whatever. It would rack up my disk drive, which wouldn't be great. So you're going to drag in whatever game you have. So I'm going to put 1 in here, which is FNAF 1. It has all the resources, and yep. This just, ignore if it gives you any, like, warnings or something like that. Just ignore it. That's usually normal. And so what you're going to do, oh, I get it. That's why. You're just going to name this, actually, no, we're going to keep it index.html. And so what you're going to do is that you're going to create, well, if you want, you could create a games page. So we're going to do the same thing with games. So games.html. And we're going to create a game page, and we're going to do doc type, which I'm just going to do this, and then games. And now you're going to go iframe. So src, and you're going to type in game and games, the game you have, and then index.html. Now this is going to put the game like inside of your thing. So now that you have it here, you're going to go here. Now you can't get to the games page unless you link it inside of your index. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in just going to href, and you're going to type in games.html, which is whatever your file here is. And you're going to name it whatever you want. So, obviously, it's going to be games. Bam. Controls. And now we are safe to open with Live Server. I'm just going to open here. Poop website. Now, I guess our title just doesn't want to come today. But you're going to click games. And bam. As you can see your game running right there. It's very small in the corner. But as you can see, literally Five Nights at Freddy's is running in my thing. But the problem is, hey, this is extremely small. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go space height, which is about 700, not 7,000. I'm actually gonna put it 800, and then you're gonna put width 800. Now, this depends on the game you have. For Five Nights at Freddy's, it's going to have to be pretty big. We're going to make our width a little longer, because it doesn't really match. Okay, wait. Let me go back, because this is atrocious. 200. See if that works. Alright, we're almost there, guys. 500. That's perfect. And so now you have it here, right? literally Five Nights at Freddy's in your thing. And so, just let it load. Give it a minute. As you can see, it literally is playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, the office is going to take a little bit to load, but my Wi-Fi is cracked. As you can see, it's literally Five Nights at Freddy's in, like, the game. It's actually pretty... Anyway. So, after you got that working, what you're going to do is now, you might say, hey, this looks really ugly. And I will say that you're right. Also, center your iframe. Just copy your iframe and then paste it in here. So now when you go into the games, it won't be in, like, the corner. It'll be, like, in the center like that. So it's a little more, like better to handle. Anyway, you're going to go here. For some reason, it's not letting me do this with the title, so I'm going to try and fix that. Let's see here. Okay, so title. Blah, blah. Let's see if that works. HTML, refresh. Okay, that's probably not working right now. Oh yeah. So now you're gonna create a new folder or file. You can actually create a new folder if you don't want all your files scattered everywhere, which I'm gonna do now. CSS. Now I'm gonna have to teach you a little bit of the basics of CSS. So we're going to create index.css. Now, you could do this technically in your, up here, and then style, and then just put all the code there. But you can make your code way more organized if you just put it in here. So you're going to link. You're going to type in link, and then hit enter. Just going to do that. And then you're going to type in index. Actually, no, you're going to go CSS into your folder, and then index.css. Now, as a current, you don't see anything. Nothing's changed, and that's because you haven't put anything in your index. And so I'm going to show you. So first of all, we're going to so our href games, we're going to do a, I think a, and then that is what I think you're supposed to do. Give me a minute. Yeah, so it's a, and what you're going to do is you're going to make it inherit color, right? No, it's color inherit. I'm looking at the code for my color inherit. So now, this is going to inherit the color of what your href is. So, whatever it's done, whatever. Now, since you already have A on it, if you want to, like, make it a different color, so, like, for example, we already have it set to a color, so you can't change it to any other color. Because it's going to inherit what color you have set. And it can't inherit anything if there's no color on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in ID, and then just name it anything. You can name it game, so I'm just going to name it games. Right? We're going to save it. Now what this does is that if you type in hashtag games in your file and then do that, it's going to link it to this. And so now you could just type color. We're going to make it red. Actually, no, I like it gray. Actually, we're going to make it green yellow. And now if you save it and you go back to your file, now it's gray. And you can also make your background color backdrop, I think. No, it's not. It's, oh yeah, I'm an idiot. HTML. Which is basically what you have wrapped here. As you can see, it's wrapped in HTML. So you're going to name it HTML, and then you're going to do that. And then you're going to put whatever color you want. So I'm going to put color, like black. Now, if you want to, like, make it a specific color, so for example, if I put it black, it's going to pull this up, and you could, like, make it anything you want. So we're going to, like, slightly pull it up, so to make it, like, a little, like, grayish / red. Now if you go back to your thing, let me just refresh the page. Wait a second. Did I save it? Is everything good? My dum-dum. Control F5. Control F5. Control 5. Okay, whatever is happening here. I'm an idiot. Color is only used for text. Background color. My bad, y'all. anyway, you're going to see this little thing, and you're going to make it whatever you want. So I'm going to make it that, and I'm going to save it. Now, we have a kind of pinkish, whatever. And I'm going to put a header here. This is mainly for your title, so instead of putting, like, as your title instead, you could just put a header. And so I'm going to name this Poop Game Website, or whatever you want to put. And now you have Poop Game Website right there. Now, it seems a little dead inside, so we're going to add an ID to it. ID. It's going to be header. Or, actually, to make it easier, you could just type in header. And then do that. And then you're going to make it color. Actually, we can make it size. And then we can make... Actually, no, we're going to make... I forgot. It's actually font size. And I'm going to make it about larger. Now it makes it a little large, but I'm going to make it X large, I think it is. So it makes it pretty decently big. But we're going to change it again to XX small, I think. Oh, no, that made it be. Oh, that's for the opposite. My bad. X large. Freaking dumb. There we go. That's pretty good. And now we're going to change. This first time we're going to do this. We're going to change the color. Why am I spelling color wrong? To white. Just makes it simply white. And now you might be thinking, ugh, I don't like this font. You could change the font family, which is just the font, to whatever you want. So I'm going to change this to like Sigo or whatever. And now it's this, right? But sometimes you're not happy with what you have. So, for example, if I go here, for my website, how I linked my custom family is I put Montserrat and I linked it in my index. You could do this too. So you go to Google Fonts. I spelled fonts wrong. And now we're going to go and search for fonts. So I'm just going to do, let's see here. This one. Just random. We're going to get the font. We're going to get the embed code. And now you have the embed code. And you're just going to slide this into your HTML file. You're just going to copy that. And so now you just hit enter in your index and you just Control V. Bam, it's right there. You just put, let me tab these so it spaces out. And now we have, is that Montserrat? Oopsies, I copied. Oh, wait. Download all. Oh no, I downloaded it on accident. Whatever. And we're going to get the embed code of this one. Let me delete that one. There we go. Now we're going to copy it. We're going to do that again. I'm going to copy it there. I'm going to tab that and then tab that and then I'm going to save it. So now we have Special Gothic Condensed 1. And we're going to copy this because it's a very long sequence of text. And now you could change your font family to... Oopsies, wait. I think you need to put it in quotations. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, definitely needed to put it in quotations. And the Special Gothic Condensed 1. There you go. Now let's hope that worked. It did! Yay! And now I'm going to wrap my header into the center. By the way, you do not need to be doing everything I'm doing. You could customize this to whatever you want. Anything. Now I put it in center. Now I got that good little thing. And we could also do the same thing for here. So for ID games, we could just copy this, which is Control C, and hit enter to create a new line, and then Control V, Control C, S, and bam. Now that's good. And you're going to also put that in the center. So I'm going to put in the body center. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to Control S. Now, it's a little weird, right? And I'll show you the fix for that. So you're just going to do break, BR, which means just line break, so it spaces it out. As you can see, it spaced it out. And we're going to, let's see. I feel like this header should be even larger. I don't know why, I just want it larger. XX, is there, okay, it's only XX large, so I can't really do anything about that. And we're gonna make this games large. Oh, oopsies, I forgot I need to put font size larger, which makes it a little large. Now, obviously your games doesn't have the same thing as yours, so you're gonna create a new file in your CSS, games.css, and you're gonna, make your CSS file. So you're gonna go to your games, and you're going to just, like HTML, and then you're gonna go background color, and then whatever you had your background color for your index. So just copy whatever you had here. So yep, right there. Just go RGB, copy that, paste it here. Bam. Now if you click games, oh wait, I don't think I even have it linked here. I don't have it linked. Always remember to link your files. So you type in link, and then CSS, and then games.css. Now you don't have to type CSS. If you just put the if you just put the games.css like right here, with not in a folder, then you just type games.css. But for me, I put it in a folder, so I like go to the directory. And now, if we go into our games, it refreshed, and now it has about black background. But the problem is, hey, this is my games page. Shut up. This is my games page. Why do I have my game in the games page? It's not the only game in my website, right? And that's a really simple fix. What you're going to do is that you're basically just going to copy this, make a new file. Actually, no. And you're gonna make a new folder, and you're just going to do game iframe contain. You don't have to name it this. You can name it whatever you want. And you're just going to put a new folder in here, game, well, you just can name it the game name, FNAF1.html. Bam, and you're just going to paste that in there, and bam. Now we're going to link, we're going to copy this, paste it in here, games copy. And since I'm lazy, I'm not going to rename it. I'm just going to put copy here, and now that's there. And games.css is different, and you're just going to delete this iframe, and you're just going to do the same thing we did last time with the A and thing. A games. Games.html and games. And the ID is FNAF. And then you go to your games copy, and then you go hashtag FNAF. And then you do that, and then you do that. Let me just make sure my games is fine. Oh wait, no, we gotta put this, oopsies, I'm dumb. You gotta go game iframe contain, well, whatever you named your file. Game iframe contain FNAF1.html. Now, did that. And so you're going to go back here, I named it FNAF1 or FNAF. Okay, yeah, I named it FNAF. And you're gonna do color, or whatever you want, color brown. That's not brown, and I know that for a fact, so we're gonna make it burlywood. And we're also going to do the same thing we did last time with the color thingy. Color. Inherit. Bam. And now, if I click poopy game website, and we have games. I accidentally named it games. My bad. We're going to go back here and then change whatever I put for the games button. Yeah, I just named it games. It should be FNAF, which is FNAF. And bam, now we have FNAF, and you click it. Cannot get game iframe contains game 1, FNAF 1. Oh, oopsies. Not another problem. So, game iframe contain FNAF 1, and then games1.html. When I switched the folder, it messed around with the directories. That's why I did that. You have to click slash so you can get everything inside the workspace. And then you do games, and then you do 1, and then you do index.html. That was a little glitch that happened. There we go. We're back. And now we're going to link another one, which is, didn't we do games copy? Yeah, games is for, what did I put games for? Oh no, I listed this for games copy. This should be called games. Game page, and then we're just going to put HTML background, whatever. So it's always going to be that background, and then you just link whatever you had in here. So games, instead it's going to be game. Oh wait, fix that. Game. Am I an idiot? I think I am. CSS. Am I still an idiot? There we go. CSS. Game page. Sometimes the directories can just get all whirled up. And yeah, that's how you make your own like unblocked game page. Lord, oh my god, why is it so loud? Anyway, yeah, that's how you make your own unblocked games website. This video is like, what, 24 minutes long. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. And I hope this helped you. Alright, like, future Liam here, I forgot. I literally said in the start, this is how to make an unblocked games website using GitHub. I did not use GitHub in any shape, way, or form. And so, I'm just gonna real quick show you how to do this. So you're gonna download GitHub desktop. This is required because you can't just drop your files in there. You're gonna click file and then new repository, and then you're gonna click here, and then you're gonna click here, and then you're gonna click here, select folder, and then you're gonna make it blah, 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 or whatever you want. Create the repository. Bam. And now your repository has been made. If I download this, now it's here, but you're gonna have to drag this repository out into your downloads folder, and then oh wait, the folder's open in another program, you have to close it. And then you go here, drag it into downloads. Oh wait, no, I know what the point. Okay, you drag your stuff that you have in here. Drag in. Drag in. There you go. And then you put the rest of the stuff you have inside of here. If I could stop being autistic. Alright, there we go. And now you go to GitHub desktop. Bam, now it shows you all the freaking files you have in here. If you have like FNAF 1 or something like that in here, it's going to take like 6 years for it to do it. So, anyway, you're going to do, it's only just going to be, you're going to do that, comment to main. And it's going to comment. Now you're just going to have to wait a little bit. Alright, bam, now it's done commented, right? And now you're going to click publish repository, and you're just going to name the repository whatever you want. Now you have to keep that code not private, and now publish repository. And now it's going to do your thing. Bam. Now it is an actual repository in your GitHub account. You do need to have a GitHub account, by the way. Make a GitHub account, do that. Now we're going to go to Vercel. I know, Vercel. Bear with me. So, now, once you've made whatever you've made, ignore the massive amount of stuff I've had. So, you're going to add new project, and you should have your GitHub repository connected, and now you have your repository connected. Import it. Now, name it something other than this. So, cool test website 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't think anyone snatched it. Yeah. Anyway, so now you're going to click root directory. Now, this is going to be the right root directory, but sometimes it will like break and not go into the right folder. And so you have to click root directory and then click the directory where your files are. You're click continue. Oh yeah, by the way, to log into Vercel, you do have to have a phone number. So if you don't have a phone number, I don't know what to do. You're going to click deploy. It's going to deploy the website. Oh yeah, the project name is also going to be your website name. So think about that. Bam. It's deployed. Now you have your website. Ta-da! It works.